Hey everybody, welcome to Let's Play Nine Souls, a part of my series of checking out all kinds of Souls-like as a admitted Souls-like addict. This is apparently a Metroidvania meets Sekiro meets Souls-like. Ticks all my boxes. Made by the people RedCandle Games who made Detention, which oddly was sort of like a fun, good, but like clunky in terms of movement 2D horror game. And this is apparently a very fluid, fun action game. So I'm interested to see how that skill set translates for them. So we'll be checking this one out. Hopefully, it turns into a full playthrough, assuming the game's worth it. I haven't played it besides to check it out maybe a year ago or whenever it first came out. So let's just dig in. I'm going to go ahead and start. Like I said, we'll do a new game. Difficulty, we're going to do standard. And let's see what we got. Well, not a good start. We're hanging from a cliff. By 3 fingers, mind you. Was that supposed to be audible dialogue? Did you hear that? I should make sure subtitles are on if not. Well, I fell and caught myself apparently with the right side of my face and all of my guts. So that should be fine. Oh no, my body is open. Those are my insides on the outside. In some brain matter. But it looks like the squid's going to have us patched right up and we'll get right on our way. Walk it off, baby. Hopefully sound's okay for you all. Or there isn't any right now. A very, very gentle pan flute. This little boy playing his recorder. Did he just bring me back to life with this octopus? Or did he discover me while playing his recorder? Okay. I'm pretty sure we're the cat, right? I'm sure 9 souls is like a 9 less. Now we're smoking peyote. So we're fine. We're fine. Yeah, is that a name? Yai? Or is that like a greeting? I knew you were here. I could smell your cooking from way out there. Oh, I'm going to be reading a lot, aren't I? Snacking on grilled fish again, are you? Aren't you excited for dinner tonight? The auntie next door taught me how to make garlic noodles yesterday. I won't mess it up this time. Alright, so I get to say one of these 2 snarky responses. I'm not going to say this top one. That's downright rude for somebody who's making you dinner. Don't recommend commenting on anyone's seasoning. I'm going to be polite if it's assuming it's bad, which seems to be the suggestion here, and I'm going to say you don't need to prepare my portion. I guess I'll have it all to myself then, said a little kid who couldn't see through his hair and shadows. Did you come running to me or just talk about dinner? Oh, right, the flower. Alright, so we're going to go follow him in what I imagine is now our tutorial. So I need to remind myself I kept to climb on edge. Oh, I see, just like push up to it. We got a little bit of like a wall run. I like that. Typical. Dead person's note. Crooked words etched into the ground. I found the exit, but there's no way to go back now. This messy note seems like last words of a deceased before they passed away. Would agree. That's what I do before I die. I'm going to be like, I'm going to write a quick note. Gotta kill this spiked log. Oh, I can walk through it. I thought it was an obstacle. So, camp scroll. One day, the noble swordsman passed by a stone. Suddenly, someone jumped out from the stone. It turned out to be a great hero. The handwriting is quite neat for something written by a child. In the bottom left corner, there's a note stating that this is the 63rd episode. That's Sean's story scroll. Apologies if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. Huh. I thought there'd be some in the Forbidden Cave, but I haven't seen a single one. Where are you, Crimson Hibiscus? A crimson hibiscus. Is that the flower you've been fussing about? Yeah, that's the flower they use for the ceremony. According to the shaman, the bigger the flower... You guys know the rest. There's one right up there. So hold on, this kid was like, I don't know where this hibiscus is, and I just walked in and was like, above you, Sean. Wow, you're right, but I'm not sure I can even climb up that high. Alright, we've got a warthog of some kind protecting the hibiscus with like a fairy wing coming out of his butt. Hey, hold on. How'd a boar get all the way up there? Oh, don't eat it. Don't eat it. Oh. Sean. Hasn't consumed it yet. Important distinction. I think it's time I go get it. It snatched a flower. Oh well, it probably needs it more than I do. Oh well, it's about to get dark. Let's head back to the village. I'll go look somewhere else next time. I'll get that flower for you. You really don't have to. Are you really going to go get it? Okay, I'll wait here. You shouldn't have. Alright, here we go. Okay, so I guess, can we only wall run when there's this like sort of sticky surface or on anything? Looks like that's our wall running indicator. Dodge, I gotta remember his trigger. Wait, what was this one? Jump and press B to use a grappling hook. What's this way? Ah, shortcut, of course. That's where we're coming out. No double jump yet, but you can feel that's coming. My movement set feels Why didn't I grab the rope, brother? What? Now, hold on. I want to see. Can I wall run up this? No. So it is the slime walls are the key there. Got a snake. Whoa. I don't know if we have the iframes to roll through enemies yet. I guess now, no time like the present. Come here. Okay, we can. Rolling through is still the move. Sometimes there's contact damage, and that's not my favorite thing in a game like this. So I'm happy to see this has the sort of free ability to have a free-flowing movement. Now, I've heard a kind of a big mechanic of this game, aside from dodging and attacking and kind of the usual melee-based Metroidvania games, is a Sekiro-based parry mechanic to kind of whittle away enemy stamina or whatever they're going to call it. I don't know if it's going to be like chi or what the name of that particular currency or resource will be. So this is the Crimson Hibiscus. These flowers that appear around the Peach Blossom Village are used by villagers as a decoration during the ceremony. Legend has it that harvest will be bountiful if the ceremony is successful. While that hasn't been proven, everyone still gets more food after the ceremony. So we can go left or right. One is going to be that shortcut. I assume we can't. So I assume we're not strong enough to break this yet. And we don't have anything for the map, and we can't charge it up. So, going to leave that alone. In the hopes we end up back here, and I assume we're going to go break that little stick holding up the rock. That is my shortcut. Indeed, the case. Let's go return Sean's flower, or deliver it to him so he can make us bad rice. No fall damage, good to double check. Most Metroidvanias don't have it, but... I hope you didn't get hurt. That boar was huge. Don't push yourself too hard. It was only a year ago when you still needed my help to walk. Here. So we're very mellow. Wow, you really got it back for me. It's even prettier up close. Given time, even the prettiest flowers wilt. We're a real ray of sunshine. That's okay. At least we're here to see it, even if it won't be for long. I don't really see the meaning behind all this. Ah! But you still went out of your way to help me retrieve it. Thanks, Yi. So Yi is our name. We should head back. We'll be in trouble if they find us in here. Oh, look at the hat. That's a dope hat. I'm into that hat. Okay, this festival market is so lively. Look, every household has dry meat, and someone's even brewing wine. We've had bountiful harvests for 2 years in a row since you arrived. You've pretty much become the village's official good luck charm. They're just coincidences. Ah, don't say that. When you helped the elders with the rat infestation, we were all talking about how fortunate we are to have you around. Also, praise be to the souls for blessing the Peach Blossom Village and ensuring that we are all fed and clothed. If there's nothing else I need to do, I'm going to go back and eat the dry fish. I'm sorry, go back to dry the fish. Which he'll then eat, okay, to be fair. Stay for a bit. You should take a chance to check out the stalls and mingle with everybody. Leave the fish to me. Catch you later. But yeah, it seems like Yi really wants to mingle. So we can't jump in town. Just walk. Alright, Creepy Mask, what are you up to? With sunrise's grace comes sunset's high. Sigh. Every day a cherished sky. Okay. I love this mellow music. Shaman. In the old days, when our ancestors lived in the harsh wilderness, they had to endure the bitter cold and the onslaught of savage predators. Unable to bear watching us humans suffer, the 10 merciful souls descended from the heavens. At first, some were ignorant and raised their swords toward the souls. Those fools were met with the divine wrath, and their bones were ground to dust. Those who were pious and reverent followed the souls to a land outside the 99 heavens, a paradise where everyone could prosper. The all-knowing and all-powerful souls bestowed their wisdom upon us, teaching us about the truth of all things. When the peaches ripen for harvest, the souls will select several of us for a great privilege. Those fortunate enough to be chosen will live the rest of their lives among the divine souls. Good deal. I'll take it. So be good, children. Listen, follow, believe, and you may also be chosen one day. Divine souls above, I humbly ask that you heed my request. And now we have Shenong. What the hell are you looking at? Beat it. I don't want any part in this dumb festival. You don't look much wiser yourself, or I didn't say anything. I'm gonna take the mellow path. I know they seem like they want him to be prickly, but it seems like the less prickly of the two options. So, trust me, that look in your eyes told me plenty. Bah, curse this day of ceremony. One day I'll show everyone what's really. Never mind, you wouldn't get it. So much reading to do. All right, so character bio updated. That's Shenong, a brawny man from the Peach Blossom Village. He's a conspiracy theorist who harbors numerous doubts and grievances toward the world he inhabits. Alright, Shenong. And we're back to Shan. Or Shaun. You're back. Did you see anything interesting? I cleaned up that crimson hibiscus you got me earlier. I'm going to sew it onto my clothes later. It's not a rule, but those who are chosen usually wear a flower. It makes you look a lot cooler when standing up there. Is this something to be happy about? Of course! I'll be seeing my mom and dad soon. I wonder if they'll notice I've grown taller. Let's head inside. I'm hungry. I do wish Yi was a little bit less of a butthead, you know? Less butthead is always a desire. Yi, I'll be leaving in a few days. Will you make sure you're to eat properly when you're on your own? Remember, the rice is stored in the bin and the fruit on the table should be eaten before it dries out. Stop worrying. Well, don't forget, okay? I probably won't be able to send letters back once I'm living with the souls, you know. It's sad to think I won't have anyone to bicker with anymore. Aren't you scared? I'm going somewhere I've never been before. Of course I'm a bit scared. If you're scared, then don't go. I have to. Being chosen by the souls is such a blessing. Besides, I've always had this feeling that one day I'd have to part ways with you, Yi. Nothing is predetermined. You make your own destiny. Don't get caught up in superstition. You might be right, but partying isn't necessarily a bad thing. I ran to the Forbidden Cave for the first time when Mom and Dad left. That's where I met you. Who would have thought that playing flute would make someone pop out of that stone? If you say so. And since I'm leaving soon, can you grant me one request before the ceremony? What is it? That story you were telling me about the man fighting the flood? Tell me how it ends. How do you make it home? He didn't die, did he? Okay. Alright, looks like he indulges. What is this? He's the master of the bedtime story. This laser hologram show. Is Tupac coming out? Where'd we leave off? He journeyed over the mountains and rivers. Okay, so Yi has a soft spot. There's a bond here. Peach Blossom Village, night of the ceremony. Incoming signal. To me. From Ru Yi. Lord Yi, greetings from your humble servant. I was afraid you would lose track of time, so I called to remind you. If you skip out on tonight, you will have to wait another 2 years for the next harvest. I know. How's the security at the 8-man facility? The system indicates that they are currently on low alert status. There are only a handful of guards on patrol. Please excuse my concern, but if the alarms are triggered, the situation may become untenable. By the way, do you have your mystic nymph on you? I have it with me, but it won't fly. Only parts of it are in working order. It's been too long since I recharged it. That's a pity. If I had enough power, you could make use of the mystic nymph's scout mode for reconnaissance. Your body has just made a full recovery after all, so it might be best not to throw caution to the wind. It wouldn't be too hard to just leave a trail of bloodshed. Certainly. Your humble servant has never doubted your martial prowess, Lord Yi. Proceed as you wish, and may fortune favor you. What's my plan exactly? What is the 8-man facility? This is exactly as far as I made it in the last playthrough, just testing it out. I think I was playing on Steam Deck, like, in a hospital while my wife was in labor. Look, it was like 12 hours we were both on Steam Decks. It wasn't like during the birth. Those that are chosen can go live with the gods. I missed in the little story. What is it that makes them decide if they can go live with the souls? And why was Shaun Chown chosen? Do we know? Alright, here's the event. This art style has been phenomenal. I love the colors. I love these masks. I love the way the characters are designed. I like the sci-fi meets ancient, not ancient, but sort of 17th century Japan vibe almost. Oh, the bell. The shaman of Peach Blossom Village hereby receives your decree. In accordance with the soul's orders, we humbly pay respect to the flying throne. Is that a helmet? Like a periscope? Oh my god, that can't be good. Being picked up by the head. Well, that looks fun. Please don't do that to Shaun Chown. This seems bad. This seems bad, right? Good lord, stop. It's like it's ripping their heads off, right? Is there a head when the body falls? At the very least, it's busting their heads open. They're dying. I don't like this. No, 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 no. Thank you for taking care of me these past 2 years, Yi. Time for me to go. It locks. Oh, Yi's running. He's going to stop him from getting what he wants, which is bad, but I think good. Hold RB to attach talisman. I've attached a talisman and removed Shan Shan from the machine. I think that thing's gonna go kaboom. Yeah. I can't tell if I'm a terrorist or a hero yet, but what's happening, Yi? The Yi you know is a lie, or I must go now. Take good care of yourself. The latter seems, excuse me, a bit softer, but he's gonna want an explanation. Then who are you? Wait, I don't understand. What was that? Why are you? Wait, where are you going, Yi? Am I going in? Hold B to hack the platform. I think I saved him. I think I know that something sketchy is going on in here. And I have to hope my intentions are good, right? I do just want to pull up OBS to make sure our time is all good. Oh, we're good. Yep. Okay. So, this must be that 8-man facility. And we have our first card. Okay, so here it is. To parry attacks with LB. And then hold RB to detonate a talisman. So that's like that's our riposte. And we blew him to bits. So it's a parry and riposte. And did I just have blood come out of my face? Oh, I was injured by him. Or by jumping in the hole. There's our bonfires. So we will rest. Status. Key blast. So it's chi. Okay. Hold down the right bumper, or R1, to generate an explosion by charging a talisman with up to 3 chi charges. All talisman charges inflict internal damage upon impact. Talisman explosions convert all internal damage into direct damage. What is internal? I guess like if there's a shield. So there might be like a shield we're working down on people, but that's like their final health. Must be something along those lines. And it looks like maybe we'll have multiple spell styles we can unlock or replace and swap around into our loadouts. It's going to be a skill tree game. Press X repeatedly. That is activated. It will take skill points, which I don't have, which I assume I get for each level. Which I'm going to have to kill people to get. So that's how it'll work. Again, that's more of a Sekiro mechanic than a Souls mechanic. So rather than... Oh, I forgot. I got to dodge the right trigger. I want to work on the... Yeah. How do I blow it up? I don't remember how to do it. I mean, I can obviously kill him, but I already forgot how to detonate the thing. I thought I was holding RB. There it is. Okay, so you got to do it immediately. All in one fluid motion. It's not like you put on the talisman and it's like a remote mine that you detonate it as. Put it on, hold it to get it to explode. So you're going to have enough clearance or space after attaching it. Or time between the attacks, I should say. Oh, there it is. Okay, I got it. Yep. I just want to make sure I had that one down. What is this? I gave myself a big rock. A big old pizza roll. Bloody crimson hibiscus. It's soaked in villagers' blood. 8 men are harvested at regular intervals in the livestock area, where their bodies are then dismembered and sorted. Flowers and clothes are usually mixed with the rest of the useless parts and disposed of. So all... Assuming... I'm not sure if Shan Shan is an 8-man or an 8-man. Is that what they were saying or not? But is that what they believe is their religion on the surface, but is being used to essentially just farm them for this facility below? So it seems like maybe we're in the business. I gotta remember my dodges to trigger. Or I need to remap it to circle, which is where I'm used to dodge always being. I understand the parry mechanic, but it is, I think, more simple a lot of times for these basic guys to just do your dodge through an attack. Do I have a map yet? I do. Well, it's weird it shows this as the only one. The only room I've been to so far. Okay. The jump is pretty good. And floaty, but in a good way. Like, you levitate. Oh, that's a big boy. Okay, so that is unblockable. So we're not going to be parrying this feller. Oh, he got me. Poof. This is not being on circles odd. I think that's the one thing I might change. The reason I wanted to stay with default, we talked about this a little bit at the beginning. Oh, I guess I did on stream, not necessarily in this VOD, but... Wait, is this the lore to explain how I come back from the dead? Do I have to climb out of this pit of despair to get back to life? Hopefully not every time. Why does a medium dissipate energy? Can that actually work? Do I have to go through like training camp to get out of here? Use a talisman key. No, I understand. They're like, are you bad at this? I'm gonna just do it to humor them. It is a smart thing to check at this one because I just want to leave. To make sure you're holding that R bead for the talisman. Okay, so you have to like give it a directional. Yeah. So they're just making sure you have the mechanics, which is honestly kind of a cool way to do it. Come on. There we go. I'm fine with them. That's an interesting skill check to make sure, like, hey, it's like you can basically test out of having to do this, I guess, if you make it far enough. But they want to be like, we're just going to double check you have these mechanics locked down, and then we'll send you back into the game. Put me in, coach. Okay. Ease internal damage will gradually do something, but I can get to rebuild thing. There we go. See, I'm just going to do it the way you want me to. I do think I'm going to make that swap for myself to make dodge be that, and then I'll make interact and hook right trigger. That seems honestly more intuitive for me anyway. Do I have a stamina bar? I already did all that. This is all one room. That's why it's showing up as a single room. This is a single space. Interesting. But the map would be that undetailed. If this whole bit is explained through that much map. I assume we'll be able to power that up and stuff like that so that those bombs become even more useful, especially against big enemies. Ugh. Alright, we're picking it up here. Well, he holds on to your stuff like Bloodborne. Oh, that move, though, the fake out. The way he turns with you to hit you again is wild. Like that? Oh, I like that. Soul collect. So my experience fall on the battlefield if I die, and so I can get it after I'm reborn. So that is a true Souls-like mechanic. I thought maybe we just dropped money. Let's smoke our peyote like Aaron Rodgers and move on to heal up. Hoping for a new bonfire sooner than later. I will say the fact you don't move while you attack is going to be a little bit hard to manage for me. You kind of freeze once you start, attacking. Not much health. Yeah, that was bad. Tell you what I'm certain of is I'm not very good at this. Now, I wonder if these guys kite. So I've done this a few times. I'm not going to obviously risk my health, especially against Big Dog. I think probably the truth is I'm relying too much on dodging versus parrying. It takes some getting used to for sure. Dodging a little early for the guys with the crossbows. I believe that you take your job seriously, and I respect you, Longsword Boy. I'm going to leave you alone. I'm going to kill your other friends. Alright. Don't dodge until there's a reason to. It was going to be the rest of my pep talk to myself. I think we got to go back to relying on that. So my concern here, though, is if I dodge through this guy with a key blast, I'm going to dodge into Spear Boy. Okay, now I can focus on just him. There we go. That felt better. They make a lot of sense to handle that way because they have a lot of health. And have a lot of reach. So you're not going to be able to roll through and end up at a safe place necessarily with them as like you would the others. So what is going on in this facility? Have we answered this yet? Oh, fuck. Crossbow guy is going to mess with my rhythm, though. Oh, he killed himself. What does that mean? I don't know if I want to find out. Maybe if you're on it too long, it'll hit you. Oh, it'll open that shortcut. That's cool. So now if I were to die, we'd have this elevator. I love a good shortcut, fam. So, again, still showing up as a single room, and I guess now we know why. If I go back this way, how far is it? Still don't really understand what's in this. Meat. I think I'm going to go back and rest, because what's the point of going on with this little health? Rest, and then what do I do to earn level ups? Like, how long till we get a skill point, I wonder? I guess that'll just depend. So I'm curious. I think as we talk about this, I didn't really get a chance to expand, but the idea of this series for me is going to be to check out a bunch of Souls-likes, which I'm a a big Souls fan. So I also will need some help for suggestions from you. Also, some I'm looking at Astergos. I'm looking at what was the Italian one? It was like Relatively Happy that came out last year, 2024. I cannot remember the name of it. I think it started with an I or something like that, but it was set in Italy. I think you mess with all these masks. So that's another one that I would like to, I think, check out. There's one called Alaloth, which is like a CRPG that I've wanted to check out, but with Souls-like combat. Ooh, we made it to the mainframe. Warning, unusual activity detected in a livestock area. Perimeter breach by living organism detected. We're in trouble, my lord. Your destruction of the Harvester earlier triggered a system-wide alert. To make matters worse, the 9 souls can now be awakened even earlier. Doesn't matter. My actions were bound to draw attention sooner or later. I prepared for the worst. Supposing that's true, why then did you intervene so early? That wasn't part of the plan. I intervened because I want to save Shan. I'm getting too soft. Was it for that 8-man child? So those were 8 men. So they're being harvested. They're basically... This group is using their religion against them to make them willingly sacrifice themselves. Don't question my judgment. You just do your job. Of course, please forgive my apprehension. It is just that all our calculations have been thrown into disarray. In any case, please reach the predetermined safe zone as swiftly as possible. Exercise caution above all else. Is that dude on the right the grumpy guy? I think it might be. Also, up here, did I never go left? I'm a little bit confused about the map. Oh, there's a detail button. That's like a general zone. Guys. So I want to go see what's over on this little portion, just to see if there's a dead end or not. Because I don't know if I'll remember to go back otherwise. That's why we do it. 8-man surveillance footage. Guide to raising 8 men. 8 men are capable of abstract thinking even prior to undergoing transmutation. Individuals that reject group living often exhibit violent behavior. Caution is advised when dealing with... Okay. The 8 men originate from the pale blue planet, which was first discovered in a deep space observation report from the Haitian sphere. They are one of the extremely few highly intelligent life forms in the celestial sphere. So, I believe they're referring to Earth. They're referring to Earth. So further background, not only do I want to check these out, but this is one of the games I most wish I'd played in 2024. So I kind of used the beginning of the next year to play the previous year's best games that I had not played yet. So one of those, for example, I did was Mouthwash, and we talked about that on our Game of the Year episode we put up earlier this week. And I loved that game, and that's one I had just seen on everyone's favorites list. And thankfully they all treated it kind of with this respect of sort of, hey, go try it, don't worry about the plot, don't ruin that for yourself. We still don't have any points. Parry. So we'll be able to do things like deflect certain projectiles, so we can unlock the ability to... Can't do it yet. But to parry arrows. This would let me inflict increased damage when striking an enemy from behind, which I do all the time. Although I don't think I know what a strong attack is. Is there a triangle? What is a strong attack? Options. Controls. A strong attack. Can we charge him up? I don't know. Maybe it's the end of a combo or something, or maybe I haven't learned it yet. I'll have to figure that out. We tore that guy a new one. Oh boy. I think we want to go for Crossbow Boy first, because he'll do that to me this whole time. Generally, I want as few people to deal with as possible. Alright. So nothing up here. Nothing here. We can work with that. Feel good about that. Now, we'll note, we might be able to improve our stream quality here next time. Apologies if it's not top notch in terms of the frames or quality here. I set this up with a previous GPU, and I imagine we can take a little bit more advantage of what we're working with now. I would like to unblock the ability to parry these, because sometimes I'm too, like, awkwardly close where if I do dodge it, I'll end up... Feels like a secret should be back here. And it was. And so I think we can make this probably look a little bit better even next time. What happens if you fail? Do I get hurt, or does it just not work? I don't want to fail that, but I do like that it has you do it. Ah, Andy's in the house. Curious, Andy, I was just saying on the stream, I probably have this set up for my old GPU in terms of the quality of the stream. Can probably tick up next time, but I'm curious how it looks on your end. Ouch! Oh. That's what happens when you talk to your friends, man, when you're trying to save the world. Stay focused. Do it again. He gone. Yo! Sorry, slug boy. I want treasure. I can't help myself. I don't even know what gold does yet, but I want it. But I want it. So when you jump, you cannot do a swing on top of your head or under you. It's only to either side. Good to know, I guess. If I need to get back up, I can grapple. Another Sekiro mechanic. I hadn't thought about that till just now. Ooh, interesting. Good to know. I pressed the heck out of those buttons, man. Gotta have that be loud, you know? I don't call it button mashing for nothing. We finally have a skill. Okay, time to read. So our dash, the first upgrade is hold it down while moving to increase movement speed on flat ground. So I assume that's sprinting. Shorten travel times along familiar paths. That's a quality of life improvement. Hold down RB to generate an explosion by charging a talisman. We already have that, which would mean the maximum chi charge capacity through advanced chi training methods. Don't know what that means yet, so I'm not going to do it. We have melee. Increase strong damage attack from behind. Strong attacks include any Azure bow attack, the final strike of a triple slash, and talisman explosions. So it would be the third swipe on someone from behind, not the initial one. And then the ability to block projectiles. I'm going to start with sprinting. Got to be able to run, dude, you know? I missed an exit somewhere. Okay, yeah, we can run. So is there a secret path here? Yeah, baby. That's why we always check our maps. Basic component, widely used in the processors for guards and various machines. The amount of Jin used directly affects their performance. It yields a small amount of Jin when recycled at the 3D printer. Is that our currency? Is that the money? Then now we can go down or right. I feel like down is always last. You gotta cover your horizontals first. Andy's in the Twitch chat saying that my buttons are as loud as my voice, which I just got murdered. So you're about to probably hear me button mash to kill this dude. And he's eager to hear me in a boss fight, which I'm sure will be quite loud. It is a particularly clicky controller as well. I did actually mention I always want to kill the archers, and I didn't follow my own code, so I deserve to be dead. There we go. Okay. You know what's interesting? I wonder, am I not on the butt? Hold on. That's infinity, so nope. Like that maybe was picking up too much of the button mashing. Like if I was on like surround mode. But that was not the case, so. Okay. Come on, baby. Good night. Oh, I forgot he takes more than one. Smoke that peyote. What is this? A street sign? Does that say go to this way to get beer? This looks like some kind of platforming challenge. Which I'm interested in. Nope, those aren't platforms. In fact, nothing happens when I try to connect to those with my grappling hook, so I'm going to leave it alone. What did that do? Oh, it gives you your heals back. So it's not a rest, but it's a the rejuvenation station. Uh-oh. You might get your wish here. If it's not a boss fight, it's a mini boss. Oh, he has a parry. A parryable attack. I thought he wouldn't. That was the unblockable. Got him. Oh, the Sekiro combat feels so good. Let's heal. We're okay here. I do bet those buttons are loud. Well, you have to bury him or you're not going to have room to clear it with a dodge. He got me! Oh, he had no health left. He is not hard. I should not have died to him. I think the problem with him, though, is going to be the... right in the dome. Is going to be the fact that if you don't choose to parry him correctly, then what's going to happen is you end up kind of in his backswing zone and take a hit on the other side. I didn't take a drink, but... See, he gets you on the third one. I might need to heal. Whoa! Still need to heal. There we go. I do think it's probably worth powering up the good night. Powering up the talisman bomb thing, because that is a high risk, high reward move. But right now I don't think I do enough damage to justify it. Alright. Second try is fair, but... My apologies for the loud X mashing. Stasis Jade. Attaching a talisman will temporarily immobilize that enemy. I can also lift my mic up. That is another option here. Probably it being further from my controller in my lap would be good. Time immobilized will vary depending on the enemy. Ooh, so that's a new choice. And I think you can have more than one at a time. Oh, is it like a travel, like a fast travel little guy? I think we're gonna leave that. I think we go back. So if I can travel to that node and go down the elevator to the left of it, that might be the move. Floor locked, floor locked. New Kunlun Central Hall. Am I like supposed to do that? I'm gonna wait on that first. I'm gonna explore whatever down was in that other direction back by the node. And then we'll kind of see what happens there. Whoa! I forgot I can't do that yet. And there's no way back up. So I guess I have no choice. You win, devs. Alrighty. So I think what we'll do here, see if we can't find a like a node to rest at. My lord, I sense that you have made it safely to the council district. My worries were indeed unwarranted. Fusang seems to be flourishing more than ever. Is that this creature? Or is that a place? Or is that a boss? Quite spectacular, isn't it? The caretaker of all Solarians have never stopped growing since your departure. What impact will this have? Rest assured, all impacts rest within an acceptable range of possibilities. That being said, this only further demonstrates the perfection of the mechanism you designed. The roots are very accustomed to their current environment. None of that matters anymore, so long as it doesn't get in the way. I need to reach the council code at the root pinnacles so that we can rebuild order and punish those criminals. Forgive my impudence, but Access to the council code requires possession of all the soul seals. You'll need to get them all. I assume it's the rest of that. If they've got a problem with that, then I'll just shut them up for good. As you're probably aware, my calculations predict that there will be a treacherous road to go down. But regardless, time is of the essence. Please make your way to the predetermined safe zone. Alright, looking for a node, and I think that's where we'll wrap up what ultimately is probably the second episode for this. But first, we gotta find all this stuff. The New Kunlun Launch Memorial. The Tiandao Legacy New Kunlun Launch Memorial, constructed Year 1 Foundation Era. The Tiandao Council undertook the legacy of the legendary Fangshi Lear and initiated the Eternal Cauldron Project upon Kunlun Island, the place where he began his journey. New Kunlun would bid farewell to the Penglai and lead Solarians toward a new era. Totally know what those words meant. Oh, this is a cool looking zone. Could I have gone left from that teleporter? Oh my god. He doesn't take any damage. Does he take block damage? No. Okay, so that's a hard no. Don't mess with that guy. I don't know what any of this shit is, man. And we can't jump with that yet, so I wonder if we're missing a tool. So I guess we are going left from the fast travel terminal here. Wait, there's something to do here. I should have gone from the fast travel terminal left. Can I go back in? I just want to see what was to the left. It did say saving, which is good, but I still want to... I don't trust leaving it without resting. There was that. Creepy eyes on the tree. And we had... data. Council digital signage. Your first step into the Eternal. As the Tianhu catastrophe spread, the formerly secretive organization known as the Tiandao Council emerged into the open. They recruited technical personnel for the Eternal Cauldron Project, with motivational slogans and invited the general public to ascend within the new Kunlun, a new path to survival. This brought a glimmer of hope to Penglai, which had already plunged into a doomsday panic. So it was just lower this direction. So it will be a Metroidvania in the truest sense, in that I'm going to have to fold back on myself to all this stuff in order to get what I missed. I assume one of the first powers I'm going to get is those kind of teal nodes that look like they'd be for your grappling hook, but they're not. Oh, not you. See you later, brother. Did I pass the door? Yeah, it's up here. Cool. Not sure what's in here. It's dark. I can't see, and I need a bonfire. I like that my first thought was to just swing at that thing that looked pathetic and dead already. We're running, we're running, we're running. What is this? Nothing. We're still running. We're still running. Where are you? Activation failed. Mystic Nymph decryption required. So that's the one that apparently is weak for me because I was injured at the beginning. Okay. Is this me powering up my Mystic Nymph? Hell yeah, dude. Now Scout mode. So obtained a fully charged Mystic Nymph. Press LT to activate Scout mode. The Azure Flyer Mystic Nymph can perform reconnaissance and hack into remote terminals to unlock new paths. It's the ideal choice for exploring unknown environments. It was once limited to projection function due to lack of power, but it has now returned to full functionality. So he can go up and around. effective range. Uh-oh. Isn't this where I want to go? Where's the terminal, dog? Okay. Oh, it has a dodge. So what am I supposed to do with it? Is there a button on this side, maybe? No, no, no. No. Maybe somewhere. No, we're getting out of range. Okay. I don't think I know what I'm supposed to do with it. Oh, it go into this bright colored thing. It was very clearly marked. Actually, it wasn't that clearly marked in my defense. It was like a little light. So maybe now we'll be strong enough. Nope. I thought we were good. Thought we were cool. So looks like now. Oh, I gotta hack the stuff. Beep. So I have a little fairy hacker, like that. Rui. Welcome back, Lord Yi. I've been waiting for you for a long time. Did you lock the Mystic Nymph's secret chamber? Ah, yeah, that was the only thing I could do at the time. The members of the council were deeply suspicious of you. All your belongings were destroyed after the incident. I was also supposed to be wiped out, but fortunately I was still deemed useful. My systems were throttled down, but that was all that happened. I didn't think they'd also go after you. The servants suffered only a fraction of what his master had to endure. What's important is that you're alive. Yeah, I had trouble saying that guy. No, what's important is what I'm about to do. Time is not on our side. We need to act fast. As you wish, but first I need to make the safe zone a bit safer. Hey, is this gonna be like our little our den? The alarm system of the Four Seasons Pavilion has been turned off and its coordinates have been obfuscated. As long as the interference signal persists, your pursuers will not be able to find this place. From now on, you can use this as your facilities as you please. If you're tired, you can rest here and enjoy the virtual scenery. Proper rest is also essential. No need. I don't have that kind of spare time. Understood. Next, we need to deal with the Jade system in your body. It seems to be in a critical state. The repair process will involve severe pain. Please bear with it. What a pleasant update. Alright, so I'm going to go into the hub after I'm done getting worked on by the mechanics, and then I will rest. You may now modify your Jade system at any root node. Anything else to report? Does it feel like Hollow Knight meets Celeste? A little bit. I'd say, like, so far, I don't want to say the combat's not as fluid as you'd hope, because that's not true. But you kind of stop moving when you swing, so it's a little less fluid than I expected it to be, but I think because they want you to be a little more deliberate with like how you parry and then how you repost and things like that, that I kind of got to get used to. But you have everything you'd expect, your dashes and dodges, and maybe if I get a double jump and an air dash or all that kind of stuff comes, I could see it starting to really feel like those two. Right now I'm a little more ground locked than in those games. As I mentioned earlier, in order to gain control of a new Kunlun, you must possess the seals that belong to each of the 9 souls. The souls are currently spread out, each responsible for monitoring and maintaining operations of the respective zones in New Kunlun. Can you pinpoint their locations? Please forgive my incompetence. I'm afraid I don't have permission to access that. The only thing we can be for certain is the 9 souls will awaken one after the other, so we can do one at a time, basically. There's little I can do for you once we leave this facility, but I will do everything I can to assist you remotely. Be careful, and may fortune be ever in your favor. So the Jade system means I can now do stuff other than attaching those talismans, I think. It was developed by the Feng Shui Guild to assist in combat. Inserting different Jades unlocks extraordinary abilities for the user. It should be noted that an extensive Jade system requires a great deal of computing power. And that's about Rui. So he's my personal assistant. And it looks like he's attached to this place. And I like my, the hub is cool looking. I see a big treasure chest. I knew Sean was coming back, dude. Finally caught up with you. Sean? There's no way I'd miss out on a hero's quest. Stop fooling around. How'd you get here? Ah Nong brought me here. He found a hole underneath the altar and wanted to check it out. I asked him to bring me along. Ah Nong? You mean that paranoid Shinong? Yeah, on our way we ran into a bunch of monsters in heavy armor. They were swinging their swords around. It was terrifying. There was a huge glowing golden beetle, too. He accidentally touched it and immediately jumped in pain. I also saw those terrible machines. You shouldn't be here. Like, you can talk. You ran away without explaining anything. What did you do at the ceremony? Where were we? Is this your old home? Where's Shinong? You need to go straight back to the village with him. I don't want to go back. You were the one who said I can make my own destiny. All I want to do is stay with you. I'll do anything. Even the cooking and cleaning. Let me stay. You can stay as long as you promise not to step outside. We'll discuss this again after I'm done with my business. Don't worry, just stay put. I've got nowhere else to return to anyway. Okay, be careful out there. I'll stay here and wait. So I think this will probably also become a hub for NPCs, I find, maybe, which is kind of cool. So I think next time we can explore this area, and we'll pick that back up when we play in the next episode. I think that'll be... I think it's a given I'll come back to this one. I like it a lot. It definitely does have the Sekiro, Souls, Metroid kind of stuff going on. Obviously, first they got to train me on how these nodes work. I was trying to find a good break for an episode for like a half an hour. It's now a whole other episode of me trying to find a break for an episode. Okay, it said save, so I will call it there. Well, as always, thank you all for watching, and come back in the next one. If you haven't yet, please check out our Game of the Year episode. We did it just a couple days ago. It's live. It's 3 hours long. You can hear Andy and I yelling at each other. We don't yell at each other. About what our top games of the year are. And coming up just this week, just in a few days, Andy's starting his quest to Platinum Demon Souls, which he's never played before, so be sure to check that out. Remember, we are Dexbuild Games on YouTube and Twitter, as well as Dexbuild right here on Twitch. And on YouTube, yeah, please make sure to hit that like button. Helps us out a ton. Leave comments. Let us know if you've played this one. I know it's almost a year old now. There's a lot of people's lists for last year. Love to hear what you think of it. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you again next time.